saying kill police. That is not doing anything to promote peace. And now in these other records it's saying kill, slit with a knife, shoot with a gun, and then F the bees and the whores. That is not what that freedom of speech amendment meant. And so we're happy that many of those who are in the industry have already agreed to change their provision and to promote the best of the entertainment that we have been so used to. And, you know, a lot of people are saying, well, they do it for money. The highest entertainers in this country have never used that misogynist and gangster rap.
No.
Oprah Winfrey, Bill Cosby, even the lady that sings Respect, can't think of her name, the great songstress out of Detroit. She doesn't use that language. And I remember other rappers were saying, I'm black and I'm proud. They were uplifting. But we cannot allow all of these young people, and some of them have had very poor backgrounds, and we understand that. And that's why we're working, the National Political Congress, also to see that we get men and women in government who will do whatever they can to alleviate the conditions of ignorance and economic depravity that is taking place in our communities.
I believe the woman you were referring to was Aretha Franklin.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Aretha Franklin.
Yeah. One final point, Dr. Tucker. Have you tried to contact these rappers guilty of gangsta rap? Have you?
Oh, yes.
Oh, you have?
And one of the things that distresses us, that many of them have told us, I was with two of them yesterday, college graduates from Howard, and they said that they were rappers and they used mild forms of language, and they were told by these some of the producers, and most of them were white producers, we don't want that. You've got to use more filthier language.
Wow.
That's what they were told. And then many of these producers refused to promote black songs with strong, positive, activist messages, arguing that the songs, they just feel they should be more of a scurrilous nature.
In other words, they feel that they can't sell unless they are of a scurrilous nature, right?
Well, that's what they want to produce, and we feel, those of us who have been out here struggling for so long to uplift our race, that they want to sort of reinforce the negative stereotypical images that they have, that black people are only interested in sex and drugs, and that's not true.
Well, Dr. Tucker, I certainly hope you are successful. I commend you, and I thank you for coming to the telephone. As Dr. C. Dolores Tucker, and she is the chairwoman of the National Political Congress of Black Women, which is launching this national petition drive. They announced in Washington this morning at 10 o'clock. They kicked off the program at the Russell Senate Office Building right in Washington, D.C. And their co-chairs, as she said, are Melba Moore, Dionne Warwick, and the entertainment industry executive, Terry Rossi. Now, just in case some of you are in the same position that I have been in, and we just don't listen to this and therefore have not been aware of the nature of the pernicious quality of these lyrics, I am going to read to you just a sample of some of the milder lyrics, because, quite frankly, most of the lyrics I really choose not to use on the radio, nor would WABC countenance, even for the purposes of demonstration, the use of such vile language. However, here is a sample. Again, I'm going to expurgate this so that it won't be too bad for you, but will give you an idea of just how vile it is. Lyrics from a group called NWA, which is short for Niggers with Attitude. So if you at a show in the front row, I'ma call you a bitch or a dirty asshole, you probably get mad like bitch is supposed to. So what about the bitch who got shot? F blank her. You think I can give a damn about a bitch? Now, here's a sample from an outfit called Too Short. Bitch, I just want to F you and cut. Treat you like a trampy slut. Now, from a group called the Ghetto Boys. Her body's beautiful, so I'm thinking rape. Shouldn't have had her curtains open, so that's her fate. Slit her throat and watched her shake. And one more from a group called Cypress Hill. And the title of this is How I Could Just Kill a Man. 'Cause we're like the outlaws striding while suckers are hiding. Jump behind the bush when you see me driving by. Hanging out the window with my magnum taking out some putos. Acting kind of loco, I'm just another local kid from the street getting paid for my vocals. Ladies and gentlemen, by no stretch of the imagination, could we say that there's anything artistic here, anything even remotely uplifting. This is vile. I agree with Dr. Tucker. The Founding Fathers did not intend for this to be protected by the Constitution because in its own way it is pure obscenity. It is pure pornographic material. At any rate, we'll get back to our busy telephones on WABC.
Mr. Grant?
Yes, sir.
A few points on Mrs. Tucker's argument. One, I'm very, very scared whenever I hear someone talk about changing our Bill of Rights, which I don't think is imperfect in any way and needs to be changed. I think that the problem here is that with every form of music, now, gangster rap, yes. There are things about it which are vile. There are things about it that people don't understand, do not like, and would not want their children to hear. I am full in agreement with that. But the problem of it is you have people who take anything to new extremes. We had several cases when the first Superman movie came out of morons who would put a cape on and think they could fly off a building. Now, the whole gangster rap thing is an image. It is nonsense for anyone to believe that it's anything other than that. These supposed people who ride around with their big machine guns and shoot down police officers, well, we know already, it does not happen. It is a fantasy that they sell, and unfortunately, some misguided fools who walk upon this earth think that it is real. On that basis, and on one point I'd like to make about Mr. Tupac Shakur, if he is innocent, they should find him innocent and let him go. If he is guilty, he should be jailed under the maximum sentence that they can give him by law. But he should have his trial one way or another.
Well, he is going to have his trial one way or another, as you put it.
It seems that Mrs. Tucker already has sentenced these men, and Mr. Tupac, to being a evil, misguided thug who already is running around amok and should be jailed. Whether that's true or not, I'm not going to comment. But
well, you made the statement and then say you're not going to comment whether it's true. Why did you make the statement then if you don't know if it's true or not?
The statement I made is if they find him guilty in a court of law, he should be put in jail. And if they find him innocent,
I really don't know
released.
what you're objecting to. Certainly you can't countenance the nature of these lyrics. They are vile. They're just positively... I mean, there's not even a modicum of even a pretense at any kind of decency here.
It's like a horror movie. I have never understood why some people would want to go see, say, some movie like The Evil Dead and watch zombies ripping someone's throat out. I think it's stupidity, and it's nonsense.
You put this in the same category with that. You don't...
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
it's fantasy. It's not reality.
But you see, in a motion picture, the fantasy is carried out within the context of some plot between actors. In this, you have the so-called performers just telling their audience what to do directly. I mean, it's something that is incredible. But Richard wants to argue the point, and I'm sure the point will be argued by others.